and we're doing some cuttings today. I've got the happy job of sitting down doing these, and these are fuchsias. Now the same system would be used for your pot plants that you're growing in the greenhouse maybe, or these were actually cut from a plant that's growing as a shrub in a border. Now you want tip cuttings. These are non-flowering stems, so as with other things I'm taking the soft tip out first because that's something that can rot, and here's a side shoot forming which I'll take the tip out of as well. And there's quite soft growth here, but just down here we'll take this base off and cut them off. Probably don't use my system. I'm used to doing this. You'd probably lacerate your thumb, but so put a plaster or something on it first, or just put it on the table or a very sharp secateurs. And take off the side which is there, take off the spare leaves here. You just want enough leaf surface to keep the plant going, but not enough that you get that it can't support the leaves and it'll start to rot. So the hormone rooting powder is here. I can get into it, safety, keep the children out and I can't get in. Just dip the base in, knock off the excess, and rather than push it in, use either a piece of stick, or I'm using my knife here, just to put the last half inch, centimetre and a half into the compost. And we'll fit 3 into this pot here, so I've got another one here. There again, soft tip out, and we'll go down here. Just below what we call a leaf node, which is where the leaf grows out from, take the bottom leaf and side branch off, and take one of these off, and make a hole. Now I'm putting these in a mixture of 1 part sharp sand, that's a sort of granite sand, not a builder's sand, to 2 to 3 parts peat moss. There is a little bit of compost in here as well, but that's the general sort of mix you use for cutting. Sharp sand and peat is perfectly adequate. Tiny bit of compost if you like. And once these are rooted then, you pot them on into 3 or 4 inch pots. Grow them on a bit. If they're greenhouse ones, well, you grow them on in your greenhouse, put them out for the summer in your pots and things on your patio. Or if they're border ones, get them to a reasonable size in the pot and then plant them out. And it's quite important to take cuttings if you've got a very special one you like, because you can lose it in the winter, because if it's very cold and frosty winter, the fuchsias can just succumb to the winter. Though they will find, if they have been cut right to the ground, be patient and wait for quite some time before you actually dig them out and decide they're dead, because they can suddenly come back from the base. So all I have to do now is water this and put it somewhere shady or in a cold frame, and keep an eye on it for water. And if some of the leaves start to wither or to rot or drop off, make sure you remove them so as the rot doesn't spread.